Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So let's finish up and creating a proper PDF. So what I want to do is initiate a file download. As soon as this file is created, because this is the actual file, then what we can do is we can have it download immediately. Now, since this, let's see here, my PDF, we can use information we get from the user to rename the PDF to suit their needs. So, for example, here we have this guy.dude. That's the user. Sorry, that's the user ID. So we can get the user ID and use it as part of the file name. So here, folder, I'll put user ID there and then concatenate again. What I want to add here, let me leave the .pdf because I do need that, is I want to add an underscore like this for the time at the time this file was created. So I'll say time like this, and that should do. Oh, sorry, concatenate.pdf. So what we are doing is we're getting the folder name. This is the file name here. So this time is simply a what do you call it? A timestamp. So it's just a bunch of integers. But if you want it to make more sense, you use the date like this. That way you can add things like year. Maybe let's start with the year. Month and day, and then to make it very different, very specific, we must add the time as well. So we'll say hour. Maybe we can put an underscore here and say hour, and then underscore minutes underscore seconds like that. And let's close that, do that, and then time. Okay. So let's put the closing brackets to the date function. So there'll be year, hyphen, month, hyphen, day, and then dash the hours, the minutes, the seconds of this, and then .pdf. So let me show you that real quick. And we won't need this at all. So close that. So if I come back here and now I refresh the page, you see that thing happens. But if we go to generated PDFs, this is what we are going to see. So there's the date here and then the PDF. But I want this to have a user ID. So I don't know why user ID. Oh, that's because user ID actually does not exist at the top here. We don't have it in the URL here. So we need to add it. Let me do this, copy that. Let's add it to the URL. That should do better. Go back here and you see now this guy.dude dash whatever. So you can retrieve the user information and use their name or surname as part of the file. And then you write test results. You can also write test results here. Something like underscore test underscore results like this. You can even put the test name in there because there's a test ID here. So you can retrieve that information and retrieve the user information as well. And then you can construct a much better file name for what you want. Okay, so now that that is done, we want to initiate a download because at this point the file has been created, but we want it to download as well. So to do that, let's try and Google. Let's say PHP download headers. So this is how you can get the headers for your the real function that reads the file is called read file, but we want to force a download. So there's forced download here using header. Let's see what others have to say. So you can get the headers here. It's just a matter of changing the headers And let's see. So there's usually MIME type like for PDFs and all that. PDF, what's that? File URL, pre-check. Yeah, these are the normal, this is for PDF especially, application, octet stream, OB flash, OB read. Yeah, this looks pretty standard. That's what I normally use as well. So I'll copy this one and paste it here. So you can copy the code from here if you couldn't see it there. So there's file name here. Okay, so file name is this one. So what I want to do is put file name is equal to, and let's put this right here. Let's put it there. Okay, then let me move this over there. That way we can use file name in the output. So paste, that's fine. And then since it's file name here as well, it will be used content length. Wait, file URL again. Should be file name. So let's put file name here. File name there. Exit, I don't know about that because I want to redirect to another. Oh, actually no, there's no need to redirect, so let's leave exit there. Now this, the file name, we just want the base of the file name because this file name contains the entire folder as well, which we don't want to put here. So I'll just say base name like this and close that over there. Okay, that way we just get the best name and then read file name. Okay, so content type here, if you are downloading MP3, this would be different, but this is for PDFs. All right, actually it should be application PDF. Yeah, I think it should be application/PDF actually, but let's see how well this works. So I'm just going to refresh the page and you see I get the download thingy and it clearly sees that this is a PDF, and so let me save that PDF. From there I can click on it and looky there it is, the PDF. All right, cool. So that's how easy it is to force a download after all this. But it also must be emphasized that we should make sure that the file exists before we try to download it. So let's do a if file exists like that, like so. So if file exists, open and close. Let's move this down here and move that one here. Okay. Good. Let's give it another shot. And you see, things are working fine. Okay, cool. So now, how do we add a button to link to this? Well, no problem. This is inside the make PDF, so we have to provide two things, the test ID and the user ID. So inside marked single, that's where we can reference this make PDF. And this is marked single view. So let me close all this. So inside the views, there's marked single. Where is that? Boom. And yes, this is where the page is. So print, export as PDF. That's one thing we can do here. Where are the other buttons though? So let me go to students, guy, tests. Let's pick one test. End of term, this one right here. And I want to put a button somewhere, export as PDF. So this is up to you what you want to do, how you want to do this, where you want to put the button, etc, etc. So general knowledge, what's this? Class general knowledge created by. Yeah, this test description. Let's add a button where? I don't know, maybe down here. This is entirely up to you, really. So let's go to maybe after the table. I'm just going to add a button here and say save as a PDF. Let's put some classes. Button primary. Then let's put a link. Okay, so in the link, of course, we'll put the root slash. Then we need the test ID. That's what we need here. So we'll use the row and put it here. Test ID, and then slash, and then we need the user ID. So the user is inside row user. User ID, and close that. Then let's move the closing A tag to the other side. Okay, so refresh, and there we go. Save as PDF. Kind of like it floating to the end, so float end there, and there we go. So if I click this, it shouldn't take me to another page. It should just show the download button. That's it. So if I click like so, and it says controller not found. Okay, fair enough. That's because we didn't add a controller here. I'm supposed to say make PDF like that, and then slash. So we should also tell it what type of PDF we want to make. That way we can load different types of files. So what I'll do is right at the end here, I'm going to put a question mark and say type is equal to test. Okay, this will be used for later. So I'll save that, and let's come back here and go back. So there we go. Refresh the page and click save as PDF. And there we go. So there it is. A PDF has been saved. Save. Come back here. There's Vibe Peter's test results. If you want to use their names instead, it's an easy process. Let me close that. If you want to use their names in the file name here instead of using the user ID, what we can do is, let's say, get user details, and then all you need to do is get the user, let's say user class is equal to, what am I doing, is equal to new user, like that. And then now we can use that to say user row is equal to user class first, and then let's get something using the user ID, and we'll use the user ID like that. And then user row here, we can put that, and first name. So user row, first name, and if you want the surname as well, you can put a dash, a hyphen in between, paste there, and concatenate again, and put last name. Yeah, so you can really design this as you wish, depending on the situation. So let me click again. Let's see what it does this time. So you see vibe_peters test results, and then whatever. Then I can save that, and still saving. Still saving. Unknown time left. Well. Why though? Complete. Okay, there we go. So finally it is done. Oh, let's see if this is the right test. No, it is not the right test, is it? It isn't. So the reason it isn't the right test is because we have a permanent thingy here that's going on. So let's remove this. So instead of this, we want to replace that with a variable, which is ID. So I'll put quotation marks, 2 dots, and then concatenate the ID, which is coming from here. And then we can concatenate the user ID as well. So out.user ID. Okay, so that solves the problem. Yeah, so now it should say 67% when we download. So there we go. Let's save it. And we wait for it to complete downloading, and it's complete. Let's open it, and we should get... Oops, we don't get what we wanted, do we? Uh-oh. Things are not working as planned. Let's try this other one, my first test, the one that had 50%. Let's try again. Save it. Let's load that one. So now we're not getting what we want at all. So it seems it's not working out here. Make test PDF. Where is that? Make test PDF, user ID. Yeah, so it seems things are not reading as they should. Let's try the last one, this other one. Math test, the 80%. Save. Yeah, it's empty, I can see, because it's 1 KB. That shouldn't be the case. So something is up here. Let's go back to make PDF and let's undo this part. And let's try again. So this one worked. So why didn't the other one work? So let's make sure things are good here. That's the correct, yes, those are correct things there. Let me see if I hover on this. Oh, I see. So it's showing the wrong user here. So that's where the problem is. So let's redo this. Okay. So the user ID is wrong. It's supposed to be the ID of let me save this. So where it's wrong is in the mark test single view right here. This user ID I'm getting is the wrong one. So what I should be getting is, I think, user ID directly here. Let's refresh. Nope, that is the wrong one still. It should be this one. So wherever this is, that's where we should get our info from. So let's see, where is that? Student. Okay, so it's supposed to be student row. So copy that and let's put it here. Come back here, refresh the page and save. Okay, finally things have worked. So let's try a different one, that one that has 80%. Click and save as PDF, and let's save this. Click there, and there we go. Wait a minute, explain the rain circle, student answer, question 3. Okay, so that's how you create PDFs, but of course please design your PDFs a little bit better than I have done here. This is the worst design job ever, but it's just to illustrate the point. Okay, so hopefully you've learned something, and I will see you in the next video.